Hi everyone, welcome back to the finale, the final race of Season 9 of the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship hosted by Mature Racing Club. As you can see, if you're familiar with racing, we are at the fearsome Nurburgring Nordschleife. In particular, the 24-hour layout, so it's got a bit of the GP track sort of bolted onto the end of it as well. Cuts out certain sections, but in layman's terms, it's the full sort of shebang. This is the reverse grid race, so the results from were carried over from Maggiore got flipped on the head, and the people that won that race or came top, so me, B-rated, and Mutt, are all going to be fighting through the pack from the back. So we'll have a little bit of a look at how we line up. So we've got Steve Stones, as you can see, in the Budweiser BMW. He's in first, he's going to get us underway. We've got Evil Cat in the Flip Paint Hyundai in second place, with TR Owen in the Porsche, Michelin Porsche behind. With him on the second row of the grid, we've got Turner in the BMW. Third row of the grid is Dark Smoker, who accompanying was Viali. Now, Dark Smoker's very confident with Nurburgring. He knows the track very well. He's driven it for years. So in terms of track knowledge, he was sort of the man to follow and the man to beat. I tipped him for a really good result here, to be brutally honest, because of his pure track knowledge. On the opposite side of it, Viali was not confident at all, and in all intents and purposes did tell everyone that he was just going to drop to the back of the grid and race round for points, essentially. So that's how that's going to line up. Then further down in 7th is Has91 with SHAREfactory next to him. And we've got Mutt and B-rated with myself right at the back. So we'll see how this sort of gets underway. Now, I did say, as we capped off the last video, that I'd give you a few permutations as to what needed to happen for championships to be won and that sort of stuff. Well, I've done a little bit of quick maths and I've had a look at it. So as we entered this race, I was on 161 points, with B-rated, my championship rival, on 147. So it's a 14-point gap between us. You get 15 points for a third place finish. So as long as I finished the race, I was secure, really. If B-rated won, I needed to get 8th. I mean, I didn't know that at the time. I had literally no idea, because I was too busy hosting the race to sit there doing points and stuff. But I knew it was relatively close. Like, I knew there was about 12 points in it, there or thereabouts. So in my head, I didn't necessarily think I needed to beat B-rated, just score well. So that's that. There's a little bit to cover in this one, with it being the Nordschleife, so I'm just going to take a drink. With it being the Nords, people are bound to fall off the track. People are bound to hit curbs, especially as most of the field are in a Porsche. And anyone who's driven the Porsche at Nords will tell you that it's just too light on the front end. It's an awful car to drive round here. Really struggled, so I didn't really put too much practice in. I don't mind Nords, but I don't think it's a brilliant racetrack. It's too narrow for me to be a racetrack. It's exceptionally challenging, a superb time trial track, but as for racing goes, it's not that good. So we'll get underway and see what happens as we enter the race. So yeah, got that on. So SHAREfactory gets a little bit of a jump start. B-rated gets out of the way. Fortunately, SHAREfactory is near the back, so that's not going to affect things too much. Jump up the grid, Viali's fallen back a little bit. Mutt's got a fantastic start. He's up to 6. So he goes for a little bit of a dive into the corner, sort of escapes everyone out of that. Everyone seems to either run wide or make the corner. Everyone's through cleanly. I think we just saw Turner going off there. Yeah, Turner did go off. Let's have a look and see what happens down here. So there's a little bit of a punt got on at the front. Let's have a look and see what happened there. So I did see a green car, so I'm going to just jump on board with SHAREfactory and see what happened. So SHAREfactory got run a little bit wide. Looks like he got a nudge there from TR Owen as well. Very tight part of the track. Just didn't break. Well, things had nudged Evil Cat, who hit me, and then I in turn ended up hitting Dark Smoker. So we'll go on board with me because I actually got a good slice of this. So I could see a couple of the guys behind me. I broke a little bit early. As you can see, I got a bang then into the side of Dark Smoker. Dark Smoker didn't go off, so I didn't feel the need to wait. Just carried on with my racing. Has 91 now into 6. Viala's fallen back B-rated, really lost out that B-rated, got punted off the track as well, so he's now going to have to fight back through the pack again. Although to be said, Steve Stones is leading us through, and it looks like he's going to take us into the Nordschleife. So Steve Stones had a great start, has avoided all the trouble. Mutt's had a fantastic start to his race. Don't forget Mutt was on 9th place on the grid. Dark Smoker's up to 3rd, he's the Nurburgring master. I'm following him. At this point, I'm too far back to make a move, and in all fairness, I wasn't aiming for a move this early on in the race. I was quite happy to sit back here. So we'll follow the action at the top. I've not watched this replay through yet, so forgive me if this is a little bit clumpy. As we go through, so Steve's coming under a little bit of pressure from Mutt. Is Mutt going to look for a move? He's got the inside line going into the first turn on the Nordschleife. He does. Steve Stones turns in, sort of shuts the door. Mutt then gets it all out of shape. Then becomes a rolling roadblock. Me and Dark Smoker have to pretty much stop in order to get out of the way, essentially. Everyone survives that. There's a few cars sort of trying to battle through position and all sorts. It's all getting a little bit heated. Meanwhile, Steve Stones has just gone off the track. That's going to push me and Dark Smoker up into 1st and 2nd respectively. And we're now through. So now the field spread is not the field spread, but the space in between the cars is starting to get a little bit more prominent. We should see things open up a little bit now. So 91's really lost out. He was up near the front. Up 36 down into 6 after previously running in 3rd, so he'll be putting some pressure on SHAREfactory. B-rated's recovered well. He's up into 4th, and he'll be putting Steve Stones under pressure very shortly. Myself, in fairness, Dark Smoker's bloody quick round here. So I knew on pure pace around the Nordschleife in the same car, I probably didn't stand much of a chance. I wasn't necessarily slow, but I wasn't taking any risks at the same point. I take one risk and you're about to see how that sort of pays off. Dark Smoker does run himself off the track, but because of the width of the Nordschleife, I can't really make it pay. We're coming up to, I think it's Floodsplats. Forgive me because the track names completely evade me. Sorry, the corner names completely evade me, but basically not a place that I could have really made a move on him. B-Ratty's made his way past the Stones then. We'll just stick with me and Dark Smoker for a minute because there is a change in the lead a couple of times in the first lap, so we just want to see how that uncovers. As you can see, Dark Smoker driving really well. To be honest, this is his favourite track. He drives well around here, and he was actually looking forward to Nords as well, one of the only people that was. So as we fly it on down, let's have a look. Dark Smoker just gets it all out of shape, just gets 2 wheels on the grass. That allows me through, it gives me plenty of room to make that move. I'm now up into 1st. Quick flick through the pack, then just see how everyone's shaping up, what everyone's up to. So Dark Smoker's going to be chasing me down now. B-Rate is trying to catch up with us. He was saying to me that it's again not a track he was particularly comfortable with. He could race around it no problem, but wasn't pushing the limit. SHAREfactory up into 4th. So again, another shaky start from SHAREfactory. He's had 2 races where he's not had great opening laps, so he'll be hoping to redeem himself this race. Turner doing well, to be brutally honest with you. Turner's doing well up in 5th position. So we'll see how that pans out. He's racing just fine at this minute in time, and making that BMW a very wide thing indeed. Has 91, can't make a move on him. Has 91, just get himself out of shape. Look, that Marshall didn't even look bothered, did it? Like, chillest Marshall in the entire world. Evil Cat running well up in 7th. Obviously did start at the front of the grid, but he's putting Has under pressure now, and he's going to go for a move. That's a lovely move from Evil Cat. Fantastic, that was. Just had the pace. Look at that. So Has now down in 7th. Mutt in 8th, but coming under pressure from Viale. I don't think Viale was really too bothered about making too many moves in this one. And coming back to me then, as I enter the carousel. In terms of sort of thoughts and feelings, yeah, quite confident with Nurburgring, to be brutally honest. I mean, you're about to see not necessarily my confidence overboiling, but you know how punishing this track can be. I wasn't pushing at this stage. I knew Dark Smoke would struggle to make a move happen. Sorry guys, if clips overlap a little bit, just had a little bit of a technical glitch. So as I was saying, Dark Smoke would struggle to make a move on me here, so you're about to see another bit of a lead switch on the first lap. So as I round this corner then, just get a little bit out of shape, and that sacrifices my line here. I sort of rescue that, but this bit, just catch that grass and boom. As you'll see, I've got quite bad front end. I was lucky to get away with engine damage, in all brutal honesty there. That lets B rated through up into 2nd position. So B rated was on chat with me at this point in time, so he was able to basically just say to me, look, you go chase after Dark Smoker, I'll let you go. So he asked me just to tell him when I was going to make a move. I think I shouted up that I'd fly up the inside on this next corner. So there I am getting ready for it. He just backs off the power, lets me through. So now I'm chasing after Dark Smoker again. So we'll jump forward a little bit and see what happens next. So another example of why the Nurburgring is a punishing place to drive. Dark Smoker leading the race confidently. I had a big old gap to me as well, to be fair. I had about 12-second lead, just pulling away into the distance. And he knows the track as well. So as he comes around, I think it's YouTube corner, or the corner before YouTube corner, or the corner after YouTube corner. One of those corners. It's a corner. He just gets it a little bit wide, and the car goes roundy, there you go. Currently then, I can see yellow flags. I do round the corner to see him recovering, I think. Oh no, actually at this point I just sort of see the time delta go boom, halve. So down to about 4 or 5 seconds. So we'll go on board with me in the Polka for a minute or two, and you'll see just how many steering corrections I'm having to sort of make. Even though I'm taking this quite steady, certainly not overdriving the car by any shape or imagination. Love getting a bit of air here though. The car just went whee. Just a handful to drive. Good fun though. Actually really good fun. GT4s are actually quite manageable around here. It's when you start putting GT3s and stuff on the circuit it starts getting difficult. I've done a GT3 race here before and it was not the slightest bit enjoyable. So Dark Smoker still holds the lead, but the thing is now I can see him. He's not too far away. My tactic, well, not tactic I guess, my temptation at this point is to just nail it and go for him, but we're halfway through the race. We've got another 2 laps easy to go for, yeah. As long as I can sort of keep it on the track, I had a very bloody good chance of snatching a win off Dark Smoker here, because he's made a couple of mistakes. Maybe because he's having to overdrive the car. The Porsche was not easy to drive. It had this weird thing where it'd snap oversteer, but then it'd suddenly grip, and then the front would lose grip. That happened a lot, especially around Nurburgring with all the undulations and stuff. The front would go light a lot, so it was quite difficult to drive confidently. but it was relatively easy to drive it with some conviction and get a decent lap time out the other end of it. So the lap I'm just going to finish is lap 2, so we're just over the halfway point in the race. At this point I've got probably a 4-second odd deficit to Dark Smoker. You can see him now, and I've dropped B rated behind me. So it's an 8:36 lap, so not a bad lap at all. Not much has changed in terms of the field while you've been gone. B rated coming through. CJW-Racing is coming under pressure from Turner, so Turner's having a good little lap. Let's just watch these two go through this part of the track. So this is a bit the post really doesn't like, so maybe we'll see some action here. CJW-Racing goes a little bit deep. Is that going to let Turner through? Can Turner take advantage? He can. CJW-Racing gets out of the way, and that's Turner now up into 4th position. Meanwhile, Mutt's coming through into 6th with his indicators on. I don't know why he's got his indicators on. Evil Cat running in 7th still, so he's having a good time. And Has 91 and Viali still trundling around. I don't really think Viali was putting much pressure on Has to get past him. Let's catch up with the action a little bit later. Entering the Nordschleife for lap number 3, a third of the way through the race time. Really starting to put some pressure on Dark Smoker now. Caught up quite a bit during the GP section, but he's still a fair distance ahead of me. He's now in the part of the track that he knows, but in a car that doesn't want to drive for him. We spoke quite a bit after the race, and as you can see there again, it's a typical example of the snap oversteer and then just the random grip that you got. He emerged from that with a little bit of front end damage. So yeah, again, and B rated now what going to be right on his tail. Turner, my surprise package, in 4th, doing really well so far. Hopefully he can keep this result. And now I'm sort of back in the lead. I'm just hopeful I can keep it clean, stay on track and not bin it anymore. Dark Smoker will at this point be driving quite angry, as probably I would be. You can check out the point of view that he had, because he streams all these races live on the good old YouTube. There'll be a link in the description to his channel below. If you have young children or you're not partial to a good old fashioned swear word, then probably recommend you steer clear of it. But he does a lot of commentary work which is swear free, and that's always worth checking out as well, because he covers a lot of other races and tournaments and team versus teams and stuff like that. Beast from the northeast, driving around quite well currently, so he's not far behind Dark Smoker, so we'll be able to see him now, and potentially we'll be able to start putting him under a little bit of pressure. CJW-Racing up into 4th, Mutt into 5th, and Turner in 6th. I don't know if Turner's had an incident, because I'm sure he was higher up than that. Commentator's curse. I think I literally just said that I hoped he did well, as he goes to Blackpool Beach and starts building some sandcastles. So currently everyone get around clean. Let's pick the action up a little bit later on. Battle for 4th now. CJW-Racing and Mutt getting quite close as they enter into the carousel. Mutt's not under close enough to make a move. So you're about to see the exit of this corner. Can be a punishing demon. There's a little bit of a bump on the exit. You've got to be careful. If CJW-Racing just hits that, it spins him off the track. That promotes Mutt up into 4th position. But fortunately for CJW-Racing, he manages to get away with that with no damage, so he can resume his charge back up the field. So about to hit the 30-minute timer then, so this means it's going to be the final lap of the race for most people. As we watch Dark Smoker, who's back up on a charge to hopefully catch me. B-Rater's not too far behind him, so he's still got to worry about the car behind. as we enter the miss section. This is a cut portion of the track that, again, it's quite easy to make a mistake. Clip a curb, especially coming down to the chicane, that one just throws you off. Dark Smoker just learns that the hard way. And he's going to let B-Rated through up into second position. So B-Rated just keeping it on the blacks, driving relatively slowly to be brutally honest, running 8:42 laps and all sorts. Relatively slowly for his standard. Is managing to pull off a result at this minute in time. We'll see how this one unfolds. So having a look a little bit further down then, just clocked on the mini-map that Turner had a little bit of an off, approaching Carousel. It's going to put him under a little bit of pressure from Evil Cat, so as the Carousel just gets a little bit wrong, and that's going to mean that Evil Cat can fire on through in that lovely liveried Hyundai that he's got there. And it's unfortunate for Turner because he was, especially at that point, he was running really well, having a really good race in all fairness. So Dark Smoker putting B-Rated under some pressure now. So B-Rated just comes into mini Carousel. Dark Smoker's in slipstream range at this minute in time, so can he stay there and get the move done down the thing? It looks like he's just made a bit of a mistake. It's going to pull him out of slipstream now. Yeah, definitely a second away. He's not going to get the benefit of Phil's suck all the way down the straight, and unless Phil makes an error, that's second position for Phil. As I enter the final stages of the lap, really happy, but the job's not done yet. Got the fearsome last sector to come. As you come down the dip and up, you brake a lot later here than you think you need to, but you can carry the braking all the way through the corner. Get on the power on the exit and then just run the car through. That's home and dry for the last race of the season, the Gran Turismo Touring Car Championship. Chuffed to bits with that. Fantastic racing. B-Rated has managed to stay ahead of Dark Smoker. Dark Smoker just puts it in the wall at the end, just as a final send-off to the ring and the last race of the season. Just leaves his mark at the Nurburgring. So second for B-Rated, third for Dark Smoker, so he gets a podium spot. And he did start sort of fourth, so he's improved from his from his sort of starting grid spot. Mutt 36 and SHAREfactory still relatively close coming down the straight, but SHAREfactory again isn't close enough to get any slipstream by the looks of things. So we'll just see how this pans out, see if any moves get made here. See if both guys manage to get through the last sector with ease. Just go on board with SHAREfactory actually. Watch his part. Trail brakes all the way through, gets back on the power. It's like Mutt's just taking it steady in fairness, so it's taking a few more risks using those curbs, can throw you off. But no, that's Mutt through for fourth. SHAREfactory very close behind in fifth. Evil Cat in sixth. Good race for Evil Cat. It's not a bad finish for him at all, so I'll be quite happy with his position there. Oh, has he just been that Turner's going to take advantage? No, is he going to have a little bit of contact? Turner just gets it on the line. Turner gets that position, so Turner back into sixth. With Evil Cat in seventh. That was a close finish. And we see Viali coming through for eighth. He purposely wasn't really doing much this race, I don't think. And then our Michelin compatriot has 91. Obviously not a Berg fan. Comes through for 9th position. So that, ladies and gents, is the GTTCC Season 9 League 4 done, dusted, finalised. Final league standings, looking at the table right now. So I take the championship with 181 points. B-rated, who ran me right to the wire, finishes on 161 with 2 second place finishes. We've traded wins and all sorts throughout the thing. I think throughout the whole 10 races, I've got 1, 2, 3. I've won 6 of the 10 races. Phil's won 3. With Mutt 36 picking up the other one, obviously the time out at Catalonia. Has 91 still gets himself promoted with 128 points, and then Mutt 36 just took promotion from Viali with that last race at Nurburgring and finishing on 124 points. And that's it in terms of constructors. So Team Michelin, who I were driving for, actually finished second. We did quite well, in all fairness. I don't think we were expecting to do that well, especially considering that we were pretty much all in the same league, so effectively we're stealing points off each other. But yeah, Halford's won the overall thing with 517 combined points. We were 492. With Monster 469. So basically all the races are given a team to drive for. There's 3 or 4 per team. Obviously I'm Michelin. Yeah, so that's it. So that's that. If you're interested in getting involved in the GTTCC, well, there's a link to my SHAREfactory club in the description below. Give it a click and come and join in. It's good fun. In terms of Kika then, we're very close to the Kika event itself. It happens in less than a week's time. There's some testing going on right now, which I'm just missing out on because I'm making this video. So you can obviously still get involved. Kika is a Dutch children's charity. KI is kiddie and KA stands for cancer. I'll be commentating on one of the lobbies. I don't think I'm racing. I think I'm commentating one of the lobbies. Dark Smoker's commentating on another one alongside Potter McPot. I bloody hope this toothache that I've got goes away, because commentating over these videos has been difficult the last couple of days, let alone 6 hours of racing. I think my mouth's going to get torn to shreds, but we'll see. It's all for charity, so we don't mind. I hope you've enjoyed these commentaries. I hope you've enjoyed the racing, anything really that you've seen. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back for some more racing soon. See you later.